I'm the scat man. Yo, do, do, do. Skimmy, dimmy, ding, yo, do, do, do. Yo, do, do, ba, da, ba, da, ba, dee, ba, 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 do. Ba, 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 do. Wee, ba, 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 do.
Happy Thursday. Welcome to NHL Puck Props presented by Bet99. Josh Inglis, Carlo, Colaiacovo. Thursday. One more sleep, and then it's Friday, bud, and we can be warm all weekend because it's cold out there.
Ooh, it's going to be brisky this weekend.
Yeah, so buckle up. Last night was an interesting night. We had the Frank power play point. Guess what? They scored 2 power play points. Wilson comes back, messes up the line, right angle, bad bet, because all of a sudden Vancouver snaps that losing streak.
Remember I said it smelled like a trap game.
100%. And the people in the chat were saying the same things. With all this crapping on that we're doing for Vancouver, they're certainly going to win.
Yeah.
Everyone had Philly and Anaheim winning last night. There were some situations. How did you feel? I wasn't on the Leaf game last night. Wasn't watching. I apologize. Was happy with the result, but things settled down after the 1-1 score.
Yeah.
You had mentioned it was almost a must-win game with everything that's coming up. So Vegas tomorrow, Colorado on Sunday, and then your birthday game. Sabres on Tuesday, which I will be attending.
Yeah.
This could turn messy for the Buds, no?
Well, especially the news that just broke minutes ago, with Oliver Ekman-Larsson potentially going to miss some time and Brandon Carlo potentially going to miss some time on defense.
Oh my God.
So as if the hill to climb wasn't big enough, now their defense is getting dismantled, and you wonder how they're going to, create a stopgap there. I mean, you call up Rafai, you call up Thrun. I mean, it's thin back there. I mean, it was thin back there for most of the game yesterday. They played with 5 defensemen for almost 57 minutes of that game. And you could tell in the third period it was catching up to them. So it's a tough one. So just give me 1 sec, okay?
Yeah, I did miss. I see everybody saying their money on the board for Josh Doan. I already had Josh Doan kind of locked into this game, in a game where I could see two-way scoring. Didn't see the 7-year 7x7 basically for Josh Doan, which is I don't know. I'm not a great person in terms of, this contract's worth that. And we got an Oliver Moore birthday today. Love it. We have a couple.
Oh, so we're going with birthday props then, eh?
We have 2,000 games today too, which is odd.
What do you mean 2,000 games?
There's 2 times 1,000 games.
What is
Charlie
that?
Charlie Coyle's played in his 1,000
games,
and Roman Yossi's played in 1,000
Oh,
games.
wow. There we go. Milestone games. Nice.
I know. Josh Doan, 7x7 from Buffalo, who loves to give out long-term middling contracts, and you shake your head at it. I know you're from the old school and don't think, but the new school of contract are these, no?
They are. I still don't get it. 111 games, and don't get me wrong, I think he's been a great player for Buffalo this year. He's had a huge impact on the season that they're having, but what's the rush? Let the guy finish the season out, and hey, you know what? Let him sign a 1 or 2 year deal and say, hey, show us that you're this type of player and we'll pay you. How much is that contract going to change if he signs a bridge deal and then goes to a long-term deal after that? What's he going to, what are you saving? $600,000? He's going to be a $7.5 million player instead of a $7 million player? I don't know. I just don't get these deals.
They're pretty impressive, though, but that means we can bet on them today. So let's get to that game. Are you working this game today?
I am doing the Habs game today.
Yeah, Buffalo, Montreal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's where we're going to go for our boosted double-double, where we're going to go Doan, Thompson, Caulfield, and we got to go Lane Hutson at plus 425. Suzuki's point prop at 1.5. So we'll take the defenseman in the game where I think we could see some two-way scoring, but this will get the boost over at Bet99. And as we mentioned, you get the money on the board from Doan, and you also get the bump because he's up on that top line with Thompson and Tuck, plus 155 for the duo.
Big money on the board tonight. Big money on the board tonight.
Is this is contract one of the biggest ones?
Yeah, I'd say. I mean, especially when it's a big one like this. Yeah. I mean, clearly, like when a guy signs a 1-year deal, you're like, oh, okay, great. But like this guy signs this monster deal, you're like, yeah, it's a big one. It's
guys set up
money
for,
on the board.
Yeah, guys got generational money now.
Mm-hmm.
Oslin's still on power play 1 for Buffalo. Finally has a point prop. His point prop's plus 130. He's got 5 points in his last 5 games. Doc is still up on that top line with Suzuki and Caulfield. He played almost 17 minutes last game. No points. Montreal's won 7 of the last 10 meetings with Buffalo, but Buffalo won 5-3 back on January 15th. Tage Thompson game, 3 goals, 2 assists in that game.
Yeah, so 5-point night. Yeah,
a big one for him. Too.
That was the 05-06 celebration game.
Yeah, and Suzuki Caulfield each 2 points in that game. Buffalo 8-1-1 to the over in their last 10. Like overs here, the Habs penalty kill has allowed 2 goals in 3 straight games for 6 total. Oslin power play 1. He's plus 475 for a power play 0.1. Have been watching. Who is it in the chat? Nick Porto's running both teams to score 2+ goals. Now I think it's a decent look in terms of which games you can do. I don't think you do. I wouldn't do the whole board. But today's slate for two-way scoring does look a lot better. You got Buffalo, Montreal. You probably skip Chicago. Dallas, Columbus could be another one. Skip the Vegas game. Florida, Winnipeg is a sneaky one. Ottawa, Nashville is another good one. And then Detroit, Minnesota. So you could probably get 4. So you let me know, Nick Porto, what 4 2+ each team is paying tonight, and we'll go. What Habs notes did you take away from your studies today before going to dress up in that fine suit you got?
Well, usually on a game day like today, I usually see what everybody's talking about first, and then I come up with my talking points after. Just a couple of things that they're focused on is treating this like a playoff matchup between both teams and top players leading the way on both teams. Right, you got the Thompson who had a big game. Suzuki, Caulfield. Obviously, Caulfield's goal last game. That's the 2 points that somebody else is focusing on. My player points are probably going to be, Lane Hutson, how he got snubbed by the U.S. Olympic team, especially when a game where he outdueled or outplayed Quinn Hughes in that game on Monday. And probably Philippe Danault, who got his first goal of the season in 50 games.
So, Hutson, do you agree with the Jackson Lacombe move?
No, not one bit.
Where does that move come from?
I have no idea. So, I'm not trying to, crap on Lacombe. I think he's a hell of a player. Okay.
But you're talking about 2 players in different tiers.
Yeah, Lane Hutson is like an elite defenseman. Like this guy is second in the league in scoring. And when people that don't watch Lane Hutson on a regular basis, they look at his profile and he's like, oh, he's 5'9", 6 foot. He gets oversized. He gets all muscle. This guy does not play to his size. Lane Hutson is a guy that wins almost every 50-50 puck. He plays defense better than most big guys play defense because he's so good at his body positioning and his skating, how elusive he is with his skating gets him out of so much trouble. Like this guy is an elite defenseman. I don't care about power play, penalty kill. This guy here can play all situations for you at the Olympics. And even if you don't put him on the power play, this guy can produce offense for you 5-on-5. That's how good he is. So I don't get how Lacombe got the nod over him. I mean, Bill Guerin should have been in the Bell Center on Monday night when they were playing Minnesota.
Yeah.
He should have seen it firsthand.
Makar, Hughes, Hutson,
Werenski.
Schaefer.
Well, Werenski's up there too.
Okay, yep, good, yep. But am I crazy to say that's top 5?
Let me just pull it up quickly because I mean that sounds great. It absolutely does. I just want to make sure I'm not missing like Bouchard offensively, Bouchard, Josh Morrissey, complete
Nope.
game type of player. But yeah, I mean Jake Sanderson, Miro Heiskanen, Darlene. But yeah, Schaefer, like the thing about Schaefer is he has all of the intangibles to be that guy, but immediately you sort of hesitate because he's 18 years old still.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I'm
Right?
just saying if you're picking your team, that's which way I'm going here.
Yeah.
Let's look at another one. Chicago, Carolina. Speaking of defensemen, young ones, let's go Nikishin for a point plus 130. Hey, we got a point prop for the power play one guy because Shane Goss's Bears dealing with a nagging injury. Reports were yesterday. Frank Nazar is back. He is on the second line in Chicago with Donato and Bertuzzi. Top line, Green, Bedard, Burakovsky. Tuevo is still out. Green power play 1. Burakovsky missed last game due to an illness, which is insane that bug, like 3 weeks later, seems to still be going through that Chicago locker room. The offense is ice cold. If Bussy starts here, I think it's Bussy. If Bussy starts here, I think Chicago's dust. But if it's Freddie Anderson, then they have a chance. But from what I saw with Bussy on the afternoon game on Monday versus Buffalo, who looked good, Bussy's tough. Do you think there's something to left-handed goalies making it awkward for shooters just because of how strange it is at sometimes?
What do you mean by that?
Like not seeing left-handed goaltenders.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it is weird. I mean, when you're seeing the opposite guy in net, if you're normally if you practice coming down that off wing, shooting blocker side all the time, and now you got to face a catching side, yeah, it's weird for sure.
Okay, it looked weird for Buffalo, who had chances, big chances, and do anything. I just don't think Chicago has the offense rolling. We haven't seen Bedard look great since he's come back. Don't know if he's rushed back, and facing a goalie who is up there with my Gibson. Are we looking at Gibson for Vezina? Like I was talking about Bussy. Someone said 75-1 yesterday.
Still?
Yesterday. I didn't look at it this morning, but the guy's 16-2, I think, since like December 1st. It's incredible what he's doing.
He's the biggest reason why the Detroit Red Wings are where they're at. Like there's no sugarcoating. That Detroit Red Wings team, they've got top end talent, but the depth of their roster is not very good.
I agree. I certainly agree with that, but Gibson is...
So Gibson, he doesn't even have a top 10 goals against average, and that's probably because he started the season so slow. Where is Gibson? He's got a 2.67 goals against average, which is ranked 23rd in the league. But save percentage, where is he save percentage?
We're looking through, everyone's like, how are all
he's
your
24th.
positions?
Yeah. He's 24th in the league. So he doesn't really, like his statistics
60-1
don't really
right
swing.
now over at Bet99.
Wow. That's crazy.
I don't know if we need any more positions on futures. But coincidentally, Bussy is also at that same price. But they'll be switching. Gibson will play 5 of 6 games down the stretch, and we'll see the Detroit game later. And when he's not in the net, this team is a great over team. Like I said, I like this point prop. The Jarvis Aho Svechnikov stack has hit in 3 straight. It's only plus 120 today for the trio. Combined, these two teams are profitable to the under, and Chicago has covered the first period puck line in 15 of their last 20 road games for 7 points units. Where did I get that? Covers NHL Trends page on the matchup spot. Let's go for the D-man for a point at plus 130, running the number 1 power play in hockey over the last 30 days. Dallas minus 125 at the Blue Jackets plus 105. This is where we're just going to touch those 1,000 guys. I'm going to put them together. I'm going Coyle for a point, Yossi for a point, getting plus 278 there. Coyle bounced around the bottom 6 last game, still power play 1 versus a Dallas penalty kill that's allowed 11 goals over its last 10 games. There are some questions with Mason Marchment returning to the Columbus lineup. That is probably going to push Cole Sillinger off the top line. That's where Marchment skated. Mikko Rantanen last game was out with an illness. The lines without him, Robertson, Hinson, Bork, Steele, Johnson, and Duchesne, with Duchesne playing power play 1. I don't know what to think of the Stars. I just don't think that this is a team that has shown any consistency since the beginning of the season. The offense dries up. The power play was too reliant early in the season. The goaltending has been unsteady. Is this maybe a decent spot to look at Columbus with Jet Greaves in net at plus money at home in a probably a big celebratory game with Charlie Coyle's 1,000th game?
Well, especially coming off of the loss to Ottawa and James Reimer the other night, right? I mean, this was a team that, got a coach bump when Bonus took over. And I don't know if it was the couple of days off, the extra days off that they had before they played against Ottawa. That was a stinker against Ottawa. So you'd have to think, like, even with the way this line is looking, like Dallas only a minus 125 favorite. Kind of feels like the books want you to bet Dallas, knowing that you're going to get a response game from Columbus.
Yeah, lean that way, but that's what I'm on Coyle. Coyle for 3 shots is like plus 230 was also something that I looked at. Another game that I don't have a play for, Vegas, Boston. Boston at plus 115. Here we go. It's just maybe a letdown spot for Vegas with the second of a back-to-back, knowing they're going to get absolutely bombarded by the media. Even though I don't even think they can, right? Like on the second of a back-to-back, they're not available to the media, correct?
Probably not, no. And this was the sort of the debate when the NHL scheduled this game, because tomorrow night is the most anticipated game probably in hockey with Vegas visiting Toronto, that, because Vegas is coming off of a back-to-back with Boston tonight, that Marner's not going to be available to speak to the media here in Toronto. So, yeah.
That is the interesting point. But what do you think of Vegas coming off that 2-1 loss to the Flyers? They get Anderson. Anderson obviously didn't dress, and then you lay a dud 2-1 to Sam Ersson and a struggling Flyers team. Yeah,
big time. Well, how about the game the Flyers blew yesterday? That was crazy against Utah. But that's
because I bet they're under 2.5, and I looked up, but they had 3 goals immediately. They win in under 2.5, despite everything. You're like, here's a team that's struggling versus a great team.
Where were we on this topic? Oh, Vegas and their loss. Just
maybe a letdown spot.
Like, that was a surprise loss to Vegas. I mean, a team that was rolling. They just acquired Rasmus Anderson. Everything's looking up. You got a team that's lost 7 in a row, and you lose outright to them. It was a difficult thing to process. But Vegas, knowing the 2 games that they're playing today, this could be a trap game for them, because it's maybe a look ahead game till tomorrow, knowing it's going to be highly anticipated in Toronto for a certain member of the team. And Boston, I think it's Boston's first game back from a long road trip, isn't it?
I think it's their second, if I'm correct, because I do always look at that to see which one is their game back, but I think it's their second, right? I think they got
schedule.
Didn't they just take a bad loss?
So here they are.
No, they're home from Dallas. They lost 6-2, but they went at Chicago, at Dallas, and then returned home. But they were 5-0 on that 5-game homestand, posted 2 shutouts, and allowed 5 total goals.
Okay, so it is their first game back from the road trip?
Yeah, but it was just at Chicago, at Dallas, over 3 days.
Right, okay. Yeah, so I guess there's nothing to that then.
I don't think
it was just a 2-game road trip.
Yeah.
Look, they're coming off of, a loss after winning 6 in a row, right? Do they jump back in the win column, or do they allow a losing streak to develop? It looks like I just think it's stretch.
Yeah, Boston's just a really underrated home team. 17-8-1 on the season. Like I said, 5 straight home runs coming in, and they've covered 18 of their last 25 games at home on the puck line, plus 12.65 units. We saw Morgan Geekie finally score a goal, but he is not playing a lot. 13 minutes time on ice. The trust with him has really fallen. Interesting to see the usage with Rasmus Andersson. The Vegas Golden Knights still running that 5-man forward power play. I don't know if he draws into it. I would say no right now, but maybe we'll see and find out better for tomorrow. Florida and Winnipeg, near pick'em here. Let's go over 6, minus 110. There's a lot to like about this over. Big Bob, in his last 11 games, 6-3-2 to the over. He's got a sub 850 save percentage. He's not good. The Jets.
He's more worried about fighting.
I loved it. Yeah. See Paul Maurice's face when he was fighting. Everybody on the bench was so excited, and Paul Maurice did not seem like he was entertained.
Yeah, of course.
The Jets are 8-2 to the over in their last 10. Hellebuck is 6-1 to the over in his last 7 games. One more trend to value the over here. The Jets have hit the over in 14 of their last 20 home games. That's plus 7.5 units. And the Panthers have hit the over in 17 of the last 25 away games. 8.2 units. Perfect storm. Marchand back. Tkachuk back. Winnipeg scoring. Coming off that shutout loss to Chicago actually put something up. I think they're 5 points out with 2 games in hand. Are we destined for a Florida 8 seed? Like where's their ceiling?
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly the Florida doesn't care. Well, if you go back to Florida last year, they didn't care where they finished, right? As long as they get in. I just think, look, do we believe in Boston? I'm starting to believe in Buffalo. I think Buffalo's got too much going for them right now. And they've got a GM who's probably going to be really aggressive at the Jet deadline and make some additions. With the news of the Leafs today, can they hang on with that, patchwork defense? Do we believe in Philly? The Devils are starting to play better. They've won 2 in a row. Maybe they're creeping up. Yeah. And then Washington is the other team ahead of the Panthers. Here's the thing about the Panthers. I think you ask anybody, if they're a team that finds a way to get in, they're going to be the favorites. Everyone's going to choose them just because they have that playoff-built roster. But I'm starting to believe that maybe all the hockey they've played up until this point is finally starting to catch up to them. Right? And you talk about the players that they're going to have going to the Olympics too. Like, that's probably going to not
wear down a team that's already worn down,
right? So, yeah.
One thing we certainly should give credit to is John Cooper and how he kept that Tampa Bay team somewhat fresh, obviously using some LTIR situations there and circumventing some rules, but it really pays its toll, especially when you're playing multiple 7-game series on your quest for 16 wins. Ottawa, Nashville. What do I have? I have something here. Yes, there it is. I got the double-double. This one's not the boosted, but I do like it. Tkachuk and Cousins, O'Reilly, Evangelista. That's what we got. We already got the Roman Josi 1,000 game versus likely James Reimer, which is interesting. Ottawa team 3-6 straight up in their last 9 games. The Sens have allowed 5 power play goals and scored 5 power play goals over their last 4 matches. They're loose. 4-1 game. James Reimer start. Probably could have gone to the over at any moment. I'm not banking on another good James Reimer start. Jonathan Marchessault is back. He's on line 3, kind of uneventful for him. Nashville's hit the over in 4 straight games. O'Reilly out of nowhere has a 5-game point streak. Combo with Evangelista has cashed in 3 straight. Tkachuk, his Cousins, has pointed in 4 straight games too. I like both of them as singles. I said, you know what? I like this game for goals, 2-way scoring. Give me both of them. For the double-double there at plus 525 at Bet99. We roll on. Pittsburgh and Edmonton. Is Edmonton a team where if you see them score 1 goal or get shut out, that the next game they're going to put up a 5-pack? Like, are they they're not possible to go multiple games?
They've been playing the last couple games without Draisaitl, right? So has that hurt their offense. It looks like it. I mean, they did score 6 against Vancouver without him, but they lose the other night 2-1 to New Jersey. Yeah, you'd think if coming off of one of those games, they get angry and come out and just decide to blow the doors off of somebody. So it kind of feels like this could be set up for one of those games.
Podkolzin was skating on the 5th line at practice, which is never a good thing.
Well, hold on a second. Didn't he stand up for McDavid the other night for Kovacevic hitting McDavid?
Yeah. So he spent a lot of time in the penalty box. He stood up for his captain. That's what they had to practice. They had Nugent Hopkins, Hyman, and McDavid on line 1 and him skating on the 5th line. So interesting to see what they do. I don't know how it goes. It's interesting. I don't understand that's how far he falls. But the play here is Ryan Shea, anytime goal scorer. You're like, oh, listen, plus 1,800.
What?
Power play 1. No Letang or Carlson. I don't think they draw back in on the back of the second.
Is he a D-man?
Yeah, but that's their power play 1 guy.
And you're giving him a goal.
He doesn't have any other markets. That's it. It's the Uvis Balinskis treatment. I don't know. Do you know who that guy is?
Yeah, he's the D-man in Florida.
He's running the power play 1 as well.
Wow.
In Florida.
Where's Ekblad? How's Ekblad not
earlier
running
said
that?
Put them both for a goal today. 250-1.
Wow. Is Ekblad not running the power play there in Florida?
No. Uvis.
Wow.
But I'm not 100% sure on how the power play is going to run in Florida now that everybody's back.
Right.
So if you want, I don't think this number is going to move much. Wait and see if Carlson and Letang are ruled out. I'm more or less think that that's likely, but that is just a giant price. I know lots of people in the chat hit the Balinskis plus 1,800, plus 2,000 goal props when he scored back-to-back. So something to keep an eye on. And let's wrap things up here. Last game, Detroit at Minnesota. That's a tough little road trip. Detroit goes from Toronto back-to-back, changing I believe 1 time zone. Minnesota, Toronto. And Minnesota is a dead over team right now, despite the injuries to Ek, Johansson, and Boldy, killing the overs. I think 9-1 to the over in their last 10. 6 straight overs.
Yeah, and Detroit is overs in their last 10 too. 7-2-1.
And that's with great goaltending. Now you take out great goaltending.
Yeah, with Talbot in that.
You take out the Gibson factor.
Yeah.
Hartman points in 4 of his last 5. Kaprizov's heating up 3 straight multi-point games. Tarasenko points in 4 straight. 3 power play points over his last 2 games. He's plus 330 today. JVR was demoted down to that 3rd line. Casper joined Larkin and Raymond. But PP1 and PP2 for Detroit kind of split time yesterday versus the Wild, who have a bottom 10 penalty kill. So we're on the over 6 here at minus 115, I believe is the price I got on that. That's a game I like. I like this game on the over. I like the Winnipeg game on the over as well. Florida will probably not do anything with everybody back. That's the way I could see that one going, but I like these 6s. I know there's a 5.5, expensive 5.5 on the other one, but we're going to take those. Today's slate, I like it a lot better than yesterday's slate. Couple thousand games, money on the board for Doan, some back-to-backs, some goal spots, and keep an eye on the roster lines. As always, follow the beat writers. Don't follow anybody else. Get your information straight for them. Oh, no. Nikishin, Shea, and Balinskis goal score is...
How do you even play that?
It's 1,663-1.
So $10 gets you $100,000.
What's that? $10 will get you 16,000. Am I wrong? Yeah, $10 should get you 16,000.
That's 166,300.
I could be off by a factor of 10.
Yeah.
Throw in
birthday boy Moore. Yeah.
All right, let's run that then. Let's but we don't know if Balinskis is power play 1. Throw in the birthday boy Moore and crate but where do we stop, Nick? We could throw in Moore, the birthday boy, and throw in Doan, who's on that situation too.
It's $16K.
for $10. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So $100 is 160.
No, that is bad bet. That is bad betting. Like instead of you going down to the corner shop, going to get your bingo card for $10, who I see everybody do.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, let's do it. Let's go, Nikishin. Let's go today. Let's go, Balinskis. Anytime goal for Happy Days for today's lotto. We'll throw that in the lotto today. I'll put it on the card.
Like it.
0.01. Why not?
Be likey.
Likey. Dunzo. Friday. Books. It's cold. Be warm. I'll post everything. Don't forget to get that boosted daily double-double from Bet99. Josh Inglis, Carlo, Colaiacovo. Thursday wrapping up. See you beauties back here Friday, tomorrow at 10 a.m. Lead us out, pal.
Ciao.
I'm the scat man. Yo, 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 yo. Skimmy,